So I think one of the other lessons that we learned was that people fight because they're too alike and that they have similar roles and missions. And that is absolutely not something that Kristen and I have struggled with, because the things that I feel very fulfilled about and the things that she feels fulfilled about are two very different things. For instance, we can go to the next one. So Kristen loves to have people take tests. And
sorry, our employees are all like, they're like, yes, she does.
And it's actually like, at first I was like, okay, here we go, another strength finder, another like love language test, like all of these tests, because she really likes, quantitative data, and I'm like, but I feel okay about it. Like, I feel like we're good. So what's really interesting is that very early on, she wanted us to take the Strength Finder test, and it turns out that the things that I focus on and the things that she focuses on really play to our strengths. So we both are achievers, which I think speaks to why our entrepreneurship works and our business works, is because that is our number one strength, is that we both are constantly wanting to achieve.
And fundraising, too, in that space.
In that phase. For me, consistency, which keeping things consistent, self-explanatory, which I think if you picked one of all of these, this is probably me to a T. It's networking, it's having relationships with people, connecting people, loving the social interaction of things. Harmony and community. And so when you look at our partnership, I focus a lot of time on client development, on relationship building, on being involved in the Republican Party. I'm a precinct captain, which I'm really proud of. A lot of the grassroots things that are important to our brand that really, frankly, Kristen would rather shoot herself than go to one more reception or one more cocktail party or one more breakfast, whereas I love them and would, if I could spend my whole day in meetings and not at my desk and not thinking about how we were going to bill people or whatever, I would be very happy.
And I'm the opposite.
Yeah. So Kristen's our achiever, futuristic, significance, strategic, and competition. So in our partnership, Kristen focuses on things like employee reviews, having a weekly staff meeting, making sure that we have all of our books are balanced, that we've invoiced everyone, that our P&L is great, that we're talking about where we want to be in 5 years. So she constantly is making me think about those things, and I'm constantly making her think about how that relates, what clients relate to other people, and what the long-term relationship goals are for our firm. So it's very rare that the two of us have, we can get an email from someone and without even talking about it, know who's going to be the natural person to respond. And it's basically based upon those core strengths.
And that leads to know your role. And shut your mouth, as The Rock would say. I have a 14-year-old son, so knowing your role, I think that is such a key to a successful partnership and entrepreneurship. And I just want to tell a quick story, and I don't mean to embarrass our employees, but in the last year, I have 4-month-old twins. Katie has an 8-month-old son, and so we both have gone on fake maternity leave, because when you own your business, you don't really have a maternity leave, but that's separate. So knowing your role. So when I came back from maternity leave, I said, why aren't there staff meetings on our calendars? And why aren't we doing one-on-ones this week? And they all kind of come into my office and they say, well, you're kind of like Mom and Katie's like Dad, and Mom's been away and we've just been having mac and cheese and we haven't had staff meetings. So
I was like, but there's some wine in the fridge. We could have happy hour and talk about. That was funny.
So I think that's a thank you, staff, for pointing out that we're like Mom and Dad. And we balance each other.